everyone, it's Miss Brenner. I hope you're all doing well and staying happy and healthy. Today we're going to be talking about phrases and clauses as our IXL lessons for this week. So we're going to talk about how you can spot the difference between a phrase and a clause. In order to punctuate sentences correctly and avoid fragments, we need to know the difference between two kinds of word groups, and these would be phrases and clauses. So I have two examples on our slides. Example 1 is the bus to Eastmont Mall, and example 2 is the bus goes to Eastmont Mall. One of these is a phrase and one is a clause. So we're going to talk about what is a phrase and a clause. So our definition for a clause and a phrase: a clause is a group of words with a subject-verb unit, and a phrase is a group of words without a subject-verb unit. So we need to know subjects and verbs within sentences in order to identify the difference between a clause and a phrase. So to find our subject-verb units, there are two easy steps. Step 1, we first need to find the verb by applying our time test. Pretty easy. We're just going to change the time or the tense within the sentence. So in our examples, in number 2, we can change the bus goes to Eastmont Mall to the bus went to Eastmont Mall, making it yesterday, or the bus will go to Eastmont Mall, making it tomorrow. Step 2, we need to find the subject. So we need to ask who or what does the action of the verb. So in this case, what goes? The answer is the bus. So the bus is the subject of the verb. Also, you could look at it this way. One can ask, what is the first noun in the sentence? So you need to know what a noun, a verb, and an adjective are. You need to be able to identify a noun in the sentence, and almost always the subject is the first noun. So how to find our phrase and clause then? To find out if a group of words is a complete sentence, you can use the trick add is it true that before the words. So is it true that the bus to Eastmont Mall? And then our example number 2, is it true that the bus goes to Eastmont Mall? So the first question in those two above does not make sense. It does not have a subject, the bus, it does have a subject, the bus, but it does not have a verb, and it is not a complete idea. It is a phrase and hence a sentence fragment. So we can see in 1 that we have our subject, the bus, but we do not have our verb, which is go. However, the second question does make sense, and it does have a subject and a verb to complete the idea. Therefore, the bus goes to Eastmont Mall is a clause, and it also is a complete sentence. So let's do some practice. If we were looking at 1, my cousin in Richmond. So if we were going to use our handy little phrase, is it true that my cousin in Richmond? We notice that the question does not make sense, and therefore it is a phrase. My cousin lives in Richmond for number 2. We're going to do our handy little phrase, is it true that my cousin lives in Richmond? The question makes sense, and therefore it is a clause. Now in Edpuzzle, we're going to put this into practice. These are our 4 different statements, and I'm going to pop them up in Edpuzzle. Alrighty guys, that is everything for our part 1 of practicing phrases and clauses, and I'll come back to you with our part 2 video in a little bit. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.